All right, it looked like we are live. Can you hear me?
I can. You know me. I'm just trying to see because I can't see nothing as usual. Me and my same issues.
Okay, Leslie, we are here. I am going to share this out to my profile, write a post like, hey, y'all, hey, we are here. Um, okay.
I
All
know
right,
you told me
awesome.
this. I know you told me this last time, but how can I see where we're at?
I use my phone to go and look at where we are.
Oh, great idea. Y'all catch that? So if you're trying to stream and you don't know where you're at,
Hey,
check on the check
Shanika.
on the phone. Like you can see her and I can't see.
I see her. She popped up in the chat box. She said, "Hey, ladies, what's up, girlfriend? Hey, girl. Hey, happy Wednesday. Happy Wednesday."
I must be rubbing off on you.
Yeah, right, girl. No, it's like seriously. I be like, I don't know if it's this post COVID brain or what is it like, but girlfriend, I be struggling sometimes. And if I am, I find it worse when I'm multitasking. I used to be a queen of being able to multitask. And now I find myself like getting kind of stuck or lost or losing track of thought. I'm like, what the heck? Type one in the chat box, y'all, if that's relatable, because I really be getting hecka stuck sometimes when my thoughts, and I don't know what the heck it is, Nikki.
Yes, I gotta get justice. Yeah, I don't know. Ever since it seemed like I quit working, well, I work for myself now, but ever since I don't have a job to go to and I don't have to hold their schedule,
Uh-huh.
my dates are like all over the place. I'm just like, is it Monday? Is it Tuesday? Is it the third? Is it the fourth? Yeah, so that's one of my issues right there. It's like I never really know what day of the week it is because we
Yeah.
get paid like 3 days a week, so I don't even have to keep track of a pay date. Or actually, if when I'm in corporate and doing business right, I get paid every day. You know,
Come on.
so I don't have a pay
Hey.
date. I think that's what I used to keep up with was actual pay dates,
Yeah.
and so
No,
it kind of
that's
kept you on track. But now y'all be all over the place with the dates, so y'all gotta excuse me. Um,
right. Shanika said
I
mine's
got
too.
you
She
all
was
too.
like, I'm so off.
Yeah.
Well, I'm so happy that we are experiencing this together as women because listen, I was like, okay, I might need to go get a brain scan or something done because this ain't
Mhm.
right.
Well, you
Hey,
think
what's
about
up,
it.
Miss Karen? Yeah, no, for
Hey,
sure.
ladies, because you think about it, when you actually have a set schedule, you know, you work like I used to work 312. I knew those 3 days I had to work. I couldn't really do nothing else. Now I kind of do what I want to do when I want to do it. It's like in the middle of the day when everybody's at work, I can go have lunch. I can go have a margarita. Or, I can go on vacation like I just did for the whole week and take off in the middle of the week and fly back in the middle of the week. Where most people try to do things around vacation, they're set vacations. We can just be like, hey, I'm coming to Fresno start in the middle of the day and be like,
Right.
all right, let's do it. So I think that takes taking out that we have to plan around somebody else's schedule contribute
Hmm.
to us not really knowing what day of the week it is.
Right,
Um,
for sure.
yeah, and I really even when I check my calendar, I don't really look at the date. I just kind of look and see what times. I look at times, what
Yeah.
times I have appointments, and that's kind of what I go off of. So maybe I should start looking at the actual date when I check my calendar in the morning. That might
Right.
help. That might help me out a little bit.
That could be good. Absolutely. I agree. All right, Nikki. So tell them what we talking about today, sis? They said, hey, they in the
Hey,
chat.
hey, hey.
I see Angelique weighing in. I see Miss Karen weighing in. I believe it is Dremelin. What's up, Dremelin? Hey, girl. Hey. Um, y'all drop it in the chat box. Let us know what city y'all from. Let us know what city y'all are from. All right, Miss Nikki, let them know what we unpacking
Oh,
or packing tonight. Let
okay.
them know what we talking about, sis.
So, and my apologies for our last missed conversation, y'all. I was really, really trying hard. Y'all just don't even understand how hard I was trying. I was in a whole different time zone. Yeah. But anyways, we are here today. So I want to pick back up and continue with packing confidence because the last time we met, we were talking about unpacking some of those things that stop us from moving forward in life, period. Um, So confidence, and what this type in the chat, what does confidence mean to you? And confidence means to me is to have the ability to just show up, not showing up perfect, and just really just show up to make me a better person, show up to conquer my fears, because a lot of times fear is what also holds us back. So confidence and fear, I think, ride together. What do you think?
I think that they do. Let's ask the chat box. So anybody ever have been fearful of anything, to do anything, and in that you never thought it was because like I didn't have the confidence to do it, but that this thing kind of made me scared? Type one in the chat box if this is relatable. And for me, I agree with you, Miss Nikki. As they're weighing in the chat box, I think, when I think about confidence and fear, I think that they go hand in hand together. Let me unpack this for y'all of what I feel. So, in the work that I do with helping women, they come to me, Sir Sheem, I'm afraid to do this, and I'm afraid to do that, and I can't do this, and I can't do that. But what I really found that the thing was that was keeping them from being able to take action was having confidence in the thing. And I think what appears to be a lack of confidence in the thing is sometimes not having the clarity around the thing and what it is that they're going to do or that they want to do. And in that produces fear. And then they have the lack of confidence. And then before you know it, we forget to take action. I want to ask them before I turn this back over to you. Has there been anything, Ms. Shanika said one, so it's relatable. Has there been anything that you wanted to do, but you weren't confident in it? Type 3 in the chat box if that's you. There's something that you wanted to do, but you weren't confident in it. Maybe the confidence because I don't know how. I don't know if I could. And in that, it produced a level of fear in you. And with that, you didn't take action. Let me know if that's relatable. Go ahead, Miss Nikki. I'll turn it over to you.
Yeah, because in this season, on this journey, I am realizing all the things that I didn't feel confident in is where God is using me.
Mm-hmm.
And I've been doing a lot of inner work, soul searching, and connecting with God and trying to find who I'm really supposed to be and what it is that He really wants me to do, and take me out of the equation and stop doing what Nakia wants to do.
Right.
And so in that, I'm listening to a lot of motivational speakers. I'm listening to a lot of spiritual speakers. So I was listening to TD Jakes, and he was just talking about, you guys are waiting for God to use you where you already feel like you're great. He's not going to take those skills. He's going to take those skills that you feel weak in. And then that's where He's going to use you the most. And I'm sitting here thinking, like I shared with you before, I'm like, I don't like doing this. I don't like doing that. I don't like everything that I'm doing right now was something I couldn't see me doing or something I don't like to do. But He's really using me in those areas. So when I see what's going, and it's crazy because I see what's going on in my life. I see it happening right before me. And then when I hear somebody telling me this is how God operates, and I'm like, okay, so how I said, I don't want to get on here. I don't like talking in front of people. That's where He's using me the most at. And that's where people is actually coming to me and telling me that I'm making impact with them at. And I'm just like, this is crazy. And I think a lot of times our confidence is us. Yes. We're telling ourselves, oh, I'm not confident enough to do that. I can't do that. So you then don't do it and you paralyze yourself. So we got to stop worrying about what we don't feel confident in, because the same thing you don't feel confident in, somebody else may think you're blowing it away in that area. Right. So go ahead and just deliver it. Get the courage to just go ahead and do it. And that's kind of where I'm at right now. If it's dropped in my spirit, as much as I might not want to do it because I'm not comfortable there, I still just say, okay, I'm going to do it. Just do it. Don't worry about how it comes out. Don't worry about who's going to show up. Don't worry about who's going to, give you your praises, because we don't need our praises. As long as we're walking in alignment with God, He's going to make sure that we see our praises a different kind of way. Yeah. So with confidence, it's just build that confidence and stop letting not even really other people, because it's us. Who said that you couldn't do something? The confidence starts with you first before anybody else even say what you can or can't do. Right. You tell yourself, oh, I can't do that. Oh, I'm not comfortable doing that. Oh, I can't show up like that. Even some stuff I was like, oh, I can't do that. Yeah, you can. You can do whatever you want to do. So it starts with you. You can't really get confidence from other people. You got to build it within yourself and start doing the things that you need to do to actually build it.
Right. Absolutely. That is so true. And when I think that that is like so on point. Miss Shanika says, Nakia is giving me life right now, right? So you're adding value to the audience. This is amazing. And I think that sometimes we are our own worst critics,
Mhm.
right? We begin to somehow, we have this like perfection type of thing in our mind. I remember, um, before I even married my husband, right? I had this perfect kind of guy in my mind. Type 7, if y'all, before y'all got married, or if y'all married, or if y'all sitting there in y'all waiting season and you got this perfect type of guy in your mind. And he's perfect. Like, he takes out the trash, he does this, he fills my car up, he does all these things that somehow in the world we said that this is the perfect thing and the right thing to do, and that has become our new expectation. I just want to know if this is relatable. I'm about to bring this home for y'all, right? So we have these expectations around life, and here's what we do. So when we begin to judge ourselves, like, oh, you get them, you be like, oh no, that ain't it. So when we think about our lives and our businesses and the places where we are going, right? So we see a thing and you like, no, somehow I'm supposed to figure out before I launch the business, I'm supposed to know how to form the entity. I'm supposed to have the business bank account. I'm supposed to know and already have my next $100,000 mapped out. I'm supposed to have all these things already ready to go, right? And in full reality, is that true? Anybody who's a business owner in a chat box, have you really had everything all figured out? But in our minds, somehow we feel like this is the way that we're supposed to do it. In business, let me just be real with y'all. I was driving home, Nikki, thinking about our conversation today. Like, hey girl, what we gonna talk about? We're gonna talk about packing confidence. And I was like, okay, let's talk to the business owner. So I was like, all right, I remember when I started my business, I started it hella messy. Somebody put hella messy in the chat box. I hate to get y'all cussing, but hella messy, right? I started with an idea. I was using my own bank account, I was using my own money, and I was using my own funds. Like, let's just be real, right? It was messy, but I gave myself the permission and the opportunity to start. And as I gave myself permission and the opportunity to start, then it began to boost my confidence. The first thing was like, can I really make some money? Right. And then after I can really make some money, how can I make more money? Right.
Mhm.
And then I'll figure out the thing. And I still got things that I got to figure out. The finance aspect of it ain't my strong suit. Right. So where do we feel and have these huge expectations around the things in life, in our businesses, that we feel like we ain't it? And then we begin to go out and compare ourselves. Some of the concepts that you sent to me, Nikki, you said, let me go in here. Sorry. You talked about how to pack our confidence. The thing is to stop spying in other people and comparing,
Yes.
right? So as I begin to have this perfectionist type of mindset, I'll get it in just a second, son, and thinking that this is the way that I was supposed to do business, then I'm spying on my good sis who out here killing it. I'm like, she looked like she got her things all
Mhm.
together. What did that make me feel? Like I was inadequate. Did that
Right.
boost my confidence or kill my confidence?
Most likely killed it.
Killed it, right? So when we spy on other people, and I know it's great to follow these people that are on social media, I'm not saying don't follow people, but you have to know who are the people that are going to motivate you to your next level, who are the people that are going to impact your confidence and not give you the ability to be able to move forward. So we have to stop comparing ourselves. And what many of us are doing, as a new business owner, I was comparing myself to somebody's 5 year and 10
Yes.
years of success. Like, sis, I ain't even learned how to multiply that money yet. Like, come on, you know what I mean? Or earn money and earn money consistently. So we kill our confidence just by doing those things. And that's just a transparent moment of how we have these expectations about the things that we're supposed to do, and how us having these huge expectations, that it kills our confidence. It makes us feel inadequate, and it
Mhm.
makes us feel like we are not going to make it.
I
So
100% agree. Right. And just that I've done that early on in business too. I even when I found you, I didn't never compare myself to you. You inspired me, and I was like, oh, I want to do, because at that time we were both doing it in the event space as well. And coaching was nowhere. Y'all, this is all star, but coaching was nowhere in the picture. I was over here doing my events. And you really inspired me. So I found people that inspired me. Then I also found people that I did not follow, because they, when I reached out to them, they're they wasn't welcoming, should I say, to the new person. I'm the new person on the blog, new person in the business. And I'm like, oh, I really like what you do. How do you do X, Y, and Z? Or where should I be able to find some of these things? Just being me, I'm thinking, oh, everybody's willing to help people. Then you come out, no, they're not. You're their competition is how they're seeing it. But I'm not seeing it as I'm saying, oh, you inspired me. I really like what you do. And one day I want to be able to do things as great as you. So I had to learn early on too, not to go watching what everybody else is doing. They've been in the game a lot longer. So that obviously their things are going to probably look a lot better and they're going to be probably making more money than you. And it was telling me I couldn't do this, especially when you might have a couple people over here. Sis, why are you trying to do that? This market is saturated. It's too many people doing that. Why are they going to pay you to do that when she does it like 10 times better? So taking the people that's already telling you the little things, and then you got the people that's doing it how you want to do it, and you're looking at yours like this don't look like theirs. Nobody's really going to buy mine. That was all fake because Star came in the picture, and I was like, I want to do things like you, not exactly like you, but I want to be to where my things look nice as well, nicely presented and things like that. And just having the right people around you to help guide you in the right direction is really powerful. You need to make sure that you're surrounding yourself with other business owners that's doing what you want to do or is, in that same capacity. And that's willing to help you. And so that makes a huge difference to me. Is just surround yourself around the people that's doing it, that's really willing to help you, and don't pay attention to a lot of other people. Find you one or two people that's willing to say, hey, yes, sis, come on, I'll show you what I do, tag along, or let me give you some pointers. That's going to really help you build your confidence to feel like you can get out there and do it. Because even though you're just beginning, you're inspiring somebody. You're inspiring that person that haven't even started yet. So we fail to realize we're watching other people while somebody else is watching us. So I'll always remember that. So just have confidence in what you're doing and that you're delivering what you're delivering. And if you're doing it at your 100% capacity, be great at it. And that's all you got to worry about, because every day is going to be greater. And the more that you do it, you're going to get better. Because you're not going to start off with a person that's been doing it for 5 years, started off that's just plain and simple. It's just not going to happen unless you got some magic over there. Share it with me, please. But and it's just like that with every component in my business, adding on things, dropping off things. You have to have courage to drop off businesses too, because we started when I started some events. It's like, okay, I was doing really, really well, but things shifted in a direction I wasn't even prepared for. And then it's like, well, okay, all of a sudden, now I'm closing my event company. It's like, you're closing your event company. Okay. But then we think about, well, what is people going to say? What are they going to think? Are they going to think that I wasn't making money? Did they think that I wasn't booking events? Those little things start to come back. So you have to have enough confidence to be like, this is what I feel best for my business, and this is what I'm going to do to move forward. But I already knew closing that portion of my business will allow me to expand in another area, and that's exactly what it done. But had I worried so much about what other people would have thought about me closing it, I probably would have kept it open. And that's what we tend to do. We do things because we're so worried about what other people is going to think as well. So to me, I'm just like, have confidence to do what it is that you want to do to move yourself forward, regardless to what other people might think. And a lot of times the noise is in our head. Nobody's really even worried about, they probably didn't even worry about me closing my event company. They probably was like, oh, now she's doing something bigger or better. But me worried, oh my goodness, what is this going to put off? So yeah, just really stop worrying about what other people think, and get around the women that is willing to help support you, cheer you on, and like have genuine support, because we get around people that's really doing it. Like this weekend, we went to Natasha's event. That was really a nice event. I felt the vibe in there. I felt it was really powerful women in there. And one of the things I was telling you about as well is building confidence. We got to stop telling ourselves the things we don't like to do, and we got to stop telling that story. And when I saw that, stop telling the story, not that you don't have to tell people you don't like to do certain things, because people need to know where you were weak at and where you're building at in order for them to build. But don't get up there and tell the story to where you want the pity party, you know. And I said, okay, yeah, I do. And I think for me, when I get up there and say, oh, I don't really like speaking, it's not really for them. It's me clearing the air if I mess up. I already told y'all I don't like when I do my lives. I don't know what day of the week it is. Happy Monday. Oh nope, it's Tuesday. But I already let y'all know, hey, that's where I'm not good at. So maybe we shouldn't always tell the audience where we're not good at, because they don't probably even see it. We do. So are you guys what are some areas of confidence you guys need to work on? What are some things that you don't like to do, and you're in your own head that you don't do it? Like me, was getting on doing stuff like this, talking on lives, talking in front of groups, but I am conquering that fear, and I'm building that confidence by getting on here pretty much every day. I get on here quite a bit, and I talk to you guys, just have a conversation. It don't have to always be about business, but I'm getting on here, working that muscle and building that confidence to get on here and just speak to you guys. So in the chat, just say some areas where you feel like you need to work on some confidence.
One thing, if I can add, that I can say, like, when I agree with you. When I heard you talking, I definitely think, and I shouldn't say think, I believe, in all honesty and full transparency, that clarity breeds confidence. The reason why we don't move in the areas in which we should move, when we should move, and we talk ourselves out of things, is because we're not really clear about them. And we're not really certain. And so when we're not clear and when we're not certain, then that's when the lack of confidence comes to play in what I do. But you said, you gave a great example. You said, I closed my event design company. And you said, I was concerned. I was thinking, well, maybe what would the people think if I closed my event design company? But what you see is that because you were so clear about your next level, because you were so certain in your next level, allowed you to move in the thing in spite of what people may say. See, what happens many times in business, and y'all just bear with me, and this is probably why I am so heavy on you building a personal brand. And the personal brand is not just about being you, but it really gets you into being and tapping into your identity as a person and as an individual, being clear about what is your assignment and the things that you should do. And when you do that, you move in a heck of a lot more confidence. Nakia was saying, like, hey, I don't like to go live, right? Live isn't it. I don't like to speak. And I agree with Nakia 110%, is that we shouldn't tell our audiences of what our own insecurities are. It's okay to be on this platform and say, hey, I'm not comfortable with this. But when we stand up to deliver our keynote speech, we can't be like, hey, y'all, this ain't for me. I don't really like to get up here, right? So we can't always share our weaknesses. It's like, but once you're stepping into confidence, you're being fearless, right? You're doing the thing fearless, and don't let the people see you sweat. Not saying that you're not human, but once we begin to speak those things out of our mouths, words have meaning. Words have life, and we speak those things. And then, yes, we may not truly be confident, but guess what? After I tell myself, a thought becomes an action.
Right.
An action produces a result. So after I've told myself in front of a crowd of 30 people, 40 people, 50 people that this is what I was doing, guess what just happened? You kill your own confidence. So that self-talk and the way that we talk to ourselves is absolutely important, because here is really the truth. I wish I can sit you in the classroom. I wish I can bring you into a coaching program for the next 30 days that's going to help breed your confidence, right? I wish I can tell you all these things. Let me tell you what the number one thing that I'm going to do for you in that program. I'm going to help you get clear about who you are, because when you're clear about who you are, everything changes. It gives a whole level of certainty. You know what I mean? It shows how you show up in the world. So yes, you are perfect right where you are. There's nobody else out here that can do the thing that you do like you do. So looking in the chat box, Karen said some of the things she's been, I think you asked a question about being, what you've been kind of not having a confidence to be able to do. She said starting her nonprofit organization. And I would dig a little deeper, Karen. Sorry, I don't mean to pry, but I get down deep. And Nikki, you can ask which question you would like to. I would say, well, what are the things and the thoughts that you're entertaining that's stopping you from being able to take action around it? Is it, do I know what company I want to start? Do I know the thing that I want to do with my nonprofit? Like, what are the things that may be standing in your way? So Nikki, tell us, like, what was some of those things? Because it still seemed like we're human. We're never going to, you know, not be human. We don't have emotions. So thinking about, some of these things that you talk about, not wanting to go live, folding a company right in front of your people, seeing other people do things. What do you feel like is that big moving thing that allows you, even when you're not as confident in the thing, to make the decision and decide thereafter? Like, what is that moving factor for you?
I really think in this last, I'm gonna say year and a half to 2, I'm gonna say year and a half, I really just started asking God to use me and guide me. I see my life 100% different from what it used to be. I really like real life. I really live on faith, and I believe that when He shows me something to move, because He's not showing it to me for nothing. I don't really entertain a lot of social media. It may look like I'm always on there, but I'm really not. I'm really not in spaces to get my mind foggy. I have a, like, it's clarity. I'm very clear what I'm doing and where I'm going, and I'm every day. It's just show me what you need me to do, and when I do it, it's really thought out. It's planned. It's not. I'm not doing anything on a fluke. It's really thought out, and I wait and I listen for the answers to what I'm asking. Then I ask before I make any move, and that's what I was telling you over the weekend. We really have to clear out all the extra noise and open up our hearts. So when we ask for something, we hear it and we see it. Because there is not anything that I have asked God about or for Him to guide me in. And it is plain, it's clear in words. Or I like really just hear it. Like when I was getting ready to make a decision on something, it wasn't even a decision. I was kind of talking myself out of doing something, and He was like, stop. And it was like I could hear, stop and just do the work. And I did. And what I was shooting for happened. It is just like He just constantly just showing me just to trust and believe Him. And if you don't have faith, then I may sound crazy to you guys. But I really just think when you get clear about things and you make that decision that you want to really move in alignment with what He wants you to do, what His purpose for you is, things will come easy for you. You won't have to push. You won't have to tug. You don't feel confused. I even though it may sound crazy and look weird to everybody else, it's right to you because you feel it. And that's how you really moved. And that's just really how I deal with everything right now. Is I'm listening. I listen to motivational speakers all day, or I'm listening to something spiritual all day. I don't listen to a bunch of music. I don't even know what's the hottest music going on. Don't watch TV because all my time is really consumed in personal development and really trying to stay in tune and stay in alignment with what He wants me to do, because I can't mess this up, because I can't mess this up because I have so much writing on it. I took my whole life and tore it apart to do something out of my norm because I felt it was what He's guiding me to do. So right now, everything that I do, if I close a business, it's because I prayed about it and that's the answer that He told me to. Just like when I quit my job, I was playing, I was tugging, I was fighting. I wanted to do it. And it was just weighing down really hard on me. And I was like, God, and I asked for signs like every day, and literally. And a couple of times I actually stopped and took pictures of things, and I posted them like, oh my God, I keep asking and He keeps sending me these answers. And I really have to say, okay, hold it. Why do you keep asking for something, but then you're not paying attention for the answer? Or when you see the answer, you ask for another answer. So it's just really being open to receive the answer because they're there. So now I just ask and I'll wait. And like I said, when I quit my job, I said, one more time, God, one more time. And it was on the flu. Going to Bakersfield, had to take a bathroom stop. And for whatever reason, things go through our head in the bathroom. So I'm just like, okay, I really need to make this decision on what I'm about to do with this job. I need you to give me one more answer. If it's a yes, I'm going to do it. If it's a no, I'm going to have to be good with it. I get back to my car and get to the stoplight. A van in front of me says, God will provide. And I'm like, you know what? That's it. I'm done. And that was the answer. And he has done exactly that. And like I shared with you some things where, he's just constantly, I'm like, I haven't panicked yet. We don't panic, we pivot. And I haven't panicked. And he is constantly showing up. And I'm putting numbers out. And he's showing up in them numbers that there's certain things that I need done. And I'm 100% dependent on my business. So I'm like, hey, God, you told me to do this. You told me to roll. I need this. I need that. Okay. And he's like really delivering and everything. And it's not delivering. He's delivering to the point to where, okay, you asked me for this. I'm going to give you that. So it's letting me know, just keep going, keep moving in his assignment. And don't worry about what everybody else have going on. And don't worry about what the world has going on. So really, if you want to start your business, you want to start that nonprofit, Karen, really, I don't know how spiritual you are, but if you are, remove yourself from everything that's making too much noise and having you confused. And really just take some time and ask, is it what he wants you? Do you want to start the nonprofit because you feel it's going to help people? Is it what you feel he is aligning you to do? Or is it something that you want to do for other reasons? So I really think that plays a part in it too. Why are you wanting to do whatever you want to do? And once you figure out why you're trying to do it, and if it really, the root of it don't really push to somebody else, helping somebody else, if it's because, I want to have a nonprofit because I want everybody, my thing was I wanted everybody to know my name. That wasn't good enough. So I had to go back and think, why am I really doing what I'm doing? Because God will make your name great regardless, but you have to have I have to be a bigger person than I want everybody to know my name. So I had to really go back down and deal with me and see out of all the things that I'm doing, what had more purpose and what was it that he wanted me to do, and then get clear around that. And with that, and it was just on a fluke. I reached out to Star and she was like, you need your personal brand. Because I've always been behind my business. You guys, and I'm not shy. I'll post pictures all day. So I'm not shy in that sense, but I am shy, quiet to myself when it comes to putting myself out there in front of people. And so that's kind of what I had to go and do, come from behind my brand. And that's how we created Miss CEO, hashtag becoming her, because I'm becoming the person that I'm supposed to be. I'm not my brand. I'm not doing business right. Doing business right is a business that I run. So I had to ask God, who am I? How do you want to use me? I understand how we're going to use this business, but how are you going to use me? And that's where I'm building my journey, and I'm trying to connect with you ladies and see how it is I can be of service to you. Maybe my journey can help you along your journey. Because we all share similar experiences. They're probably just different. They look different, but they're all similar. We all start and we're scared. And the scariest part is starting. Once you get started, the fear will slowly ease up if you let it. But if you constantly telling yourself, I'm scared, but just start telling yourself, I can do this. I can do this. I can do this. Get out and start seeing what it is you need to do to start your nonprofit. Don't worry about where the funds is going to come from, because if that nonprofit is something that is aligned with what God wants you to do, the funding is going to come. And I'm a firm believer in that. And that's how I live my life right now, is if there is something, like, I don't set goals anymore. I set intentions to where I'd want to do something. And I try to reach it. Because I've just been learning that when you set too many goals, you're capping what you can do. So it's like your mind mentally says, oh, you reached that goal, now you can relax. You don't have to keep doing it. So what I said was milestones. So I have milestones. And once I hit that milestone, I can celebrate, but we got to keep going because the next milestone is right behind it. My goal is the limit. It's the sky. It has no limit. So we just keep setting milestones and we just keep going so you can stay on that adrenaline and stay on that run. So just get out and start whatever it is you want to do. Just take time and really see why you want to do it. And if your why is not strong enough, then you're not going to do it. And my why right now is really, really huge. And like I tell the start of the day, okay, this just means I need to do more of this. You know, is you need to do more of it. And that's what your why will make you do. When you don't want to, your why is going to make you do it because you have to. You have to want to do something. Actually, you need it because we do things that we need to do. I know my kid need to eat, so I'm gonna make sure she eat. I might want to take her shopping, and I'll be like, oh, I'll figure out that money tomorrow. But she's gonna eat tonight, so I'm gonna make sure I figure out how she's gonna eat. So you need to make sure it's a need in whatever you're trying to do. So I don't know if that answered your whole question, but there you go.
Like, I got this. I got this. That is awesome. Yes, no, it definitely answered my question. Hopefully, it added some. Miss Shanika said, I love this." Karen said, "We don't need to do anything. Everything is a choice. Absolutely, everything that God gives us choices, right? Life is. I agree. Life is about choices. But Karen, you also put in a chat box. You said my vision is clear, but I'm scared of the legal stuff and the techie stuff. And we have to think about what are we entertaining around the legal stuff and the techie stuff, especially if we haven't done it for ourselves quite yet. Now, I'm not saying you haven't done this before, but sometimes we talk ourselves out of a thing of what we think that it's going to look like. And once we get in there and start, sometimes the world looks a little bit differently, or it's easier, or the things begin to align for us. But we have to start. Like Nikki says, starting is the hardest part, right? And yes, our choices have consequences. And sometimes we realize that some people are so indecisive, right? They won't make a decision. We'll often tell people, when you don't make a decision, you've decided. And typically that's the decision to stay right where you are, right? We have to be more people of decision. And when we look at leadership, and as women who are thought leaders, who are having our opinions out in the world, leadership comes with our title, right? Being a woman who has a brand, who's opinionated, who's sharing the things that matter to her, to the women who matter to her, to the people who matter to her, you're a thought leader, right? And again, you have to make decisions. One of those characteristics is decisiveness. And if you're not decisive, then that's, will be questionable around leadership. So you have to be decisive. You have to choose. And then you have to choose is like, when I make this decision, I have to trust that it's going to work. And if it doesn't work, then I'm going to figure it out. There's a book by Valerie Burton very early on in my coaching experience. Miss Cynthia Nichols, actually she's your cousin, Miss Nikki. We were in a group inside the collective, and it was probably a different name at the time. And she suggested us to do a book club, and we did a book club. So we started reading Valerie Burton's book. And one of those books was Successful Women Think Differently. And successful women, we find solutions. So when we get in a situation, we find a solution. Life hasn't always been what it is for me, and lifes. And I think about sometimes when I struggled and my bank account was dry and I needed to pay a bill, or I needed to pay a mortgage, right? What did I do? I went and found a solution. Right. I still got the place today, right? So why do we feel like when it comes to our dreams and our goals and our aspirations that we choose to stay right where we are versus leaning in those situations and trusting that we have everything in us to be able to figure it out along the way? That's where the game-changing experience begins to happen. I say you don't have to be iconic to get started, but you got to start to become iconic. You have to start doing the things. And yes, it's going to be scary. Yes, it's going to be afraid. Hell yes, you're going to lose money. Yes, things are going to be scary. Yes, all these things come on. Yes, you're going to launch products and people aren't going to sign up for them. But do you stop? No, because when you realize, and one of the things that you put in here also, Nikki, is like shifting perspective. We sometimes, and I myself included, we allow our confidence to be impacted because we have a certain type of perspective. We think that these things are supposed to happen and they're supposed to happen in this way. And when they don't, we stop. Well, as successful women, we pivot. Let me look at what didn't work. Let me go back to the drawing board. Let me figure out a new way because I understand, I am so clear that this is what I should be doing. Maybe the strategy that I used was incorrect. I am a perfect person who's infamous for procrastination. And when I procrastinate, I like to push things and I like to push things really quickly. It's my nature. It is who I am. And sometimes that is not an effective strategy in business. So there's been times that I've launched things and I didn't sell them, right? And did it stop me? No, I'm still here. I'm still coaching. I'm still working with clients. I had to realize, where was it me doing this to me? And I had to look for the solution of, let me be better the next time. Let me give myself a few more months. Let me give myself a few more weeks. Let me put it out there. Let me sell it before it's built kind of approach, right? That was it. Y'all didn't pick that up. I hope somebody picked that up. That was cheat code, right? Let me do this to make sure it's going to work before I even put it out there, right? Those are strategies that I know that are effective and work. But sometimes, because I'm not perfect and the pressuring, impatient Sarshima will try to go out and do it along the way. These are things that people don't tell you behind the scenes of their brands, but these are things that happen. But I'm so clear about who I am that doesn't move me or stop me from working. So you have to think about, would I be willing to show up and to do this thing and to talk the things that matter to me, even if I didn't have a client to be able to do it? That is confidence, that is clarity, and all you need is one. So don't allow yourself to talk yourself out of a thing before you allow yourself to even get started, and seeing what the opportunity is with that. Sometimes I hear women talk about coaching. I would never invest in a coach. Google teaches me everything. I'm like, okay, well, I get it, because I understand that objection. I was her, right? Y'all know I tell you all the day, I wasn't paying nobody nothing. I wasn't paying you $500. I wasn't paying you $1,000. I sure the heck wasn't paying you $15,000. Google got it. But boy, did I have a twisted mindset around it, right? I literally talk myself out of my success. Everything costs something. Y'all pick this up. Y'all think about this. Everything costs something. So whether it's going to cost you $15,000 in 6 months of time to get you to where you go, or you say, no, I'm not going to pay the money. Well, it's going to cost you to stay in your same situation tons of time to try to figure it out. We have to start looking at and shifting our perspective around these things to help us grow, because everything costs something. I often tell my clients when they're packaging up their genius, you got to figure out what is your client's cost to work with you. And then you also got to be clear to share with them, what is the cost when you don't work with me? Right. You're going to be in the same boat for the next how long? Not saying you won't be successful, but you can't teach yourself what you don't know. And why not hire and get the people to help you collapse time? Like Nakia builds LLCs. That ain't my magic. I don't know how to do that. Why the heck would I sit on the state of California's website trying to figure it out when I can go pay my good sis over here to handle the business for me, which is why she formed the Female CEO Personal Branding Firm. I didn't do it. Why would I do that? I understand as a woman now deciding to collapse time. I was recording a podcast and I love Kevin dearly. And he was like, why do you got all these assistants doing things for you and I ain't got no assistant? I was like, well, Kevin, because I understand the value if these are things that I can do, but it's going to take me tons of time to do it. So I'm going to decide to make that investment to get me through faster. When one of my assistants can get the podcast loaded, I didn't have to do nothing but record. Another one can get the graphics, the ebook, the landing page done. I didn't have to do nothing for it, right? So you have to think about those things. We have to start looking at things differently as women, and just being clear, I think, about it will help us breathe the confidence that we need to be able to move forward.
Yes, when you said he talked about you having all those assistants, that reminded me. It was just like, I have decided I'm not techie, but it's okay. I'm going to learn how to do things and then delegate once I learn how to do them. Because even in your business, even though there's people to do things for you, we still need to know how to operate in our business when they're not there.
Come on,
So
coach. Coach
that's
us
why
up.
I'm just like, you get when you get that a couple times when you need something done and they're not available, you'd be like, oh crap, I'm really stuck, you know.
Mhm.
So I have started learning how to do that too. Is just getting confidence and get out there and just do the thing. Learn how to do it. Do I need to do? Do I want to do it all the time? No, because it's time consuming and it's something probably that's not money making, but needs to be done. And I will delegate that. But I am taking initiative to learn how to at least do it and then delegate it. But I
Mhm.
wanted to hit on Karen's. She said not knowing. I missed it. Where we at? Oh, not knowing what she don't know. Um, and that's okay. Nobody knows everything. Nobody. Not one single person knows everything. Trust me. That's called leveraging other people. Do what you know how to do. Delegate what you don't know how to do. That's as simple as that. And educating yourself, but you're still not going to know every single thing. In all of my business, I do not know everything about structuring a business. I do not know everything about business credit. I do not know everything about going to start your corporate business. I do not know everything about insurance. And just like that, for a good friend, I brought in somebody else that's more experienced than me to help somebody because I felt like she would give her a better experience than I could. So you just got to know when to leverage other people because you always want to give your client, your or whoever, whatever field you're in, whatever area you're in, your client or patient or whoever the best experience possible. And if you feel like you're lacking in some of those areas, be okay with bringing somebody else in to fill that gap so that your client can get the best experience and get the best that you can possibly deliver to them. It's not always about what we can do for the client, it's what we can do as a collective for our clients to give them a better experience. And then oh, you said you don't need to do anything, everything is a choice. And when I meant that the need, there you in order for you to really move, trust me, there has to be a need. If there is a need, you're going to do something that you need to do over what you want to do a lot faster. So, and everything is a choice, and you're going to make the choice to do the thing that you need to do, or you're going to make the choice to do the thing that you want to do. And probably doing the thing that you want to do is not aligned with what you should probably be doing. So, depends on how you look at things in life is how you will move. I do things that is needed first. Like I know I need a place to stay, so I need to pay my rent, opposed to going on vacation. I want to go on vacation, but I need to pay my rent. That when I say need and wants, that's what I'm talking about. A lot of times we want to do the thing that we want to do and forget about the things that we need to do, which is the things that we should probably be doing. And if you do the things that you need to do, then you will probably be making a better choice. Um, so that's what I meant with that. But no, nobody can make you do anything. It's 100% your choice. But I have a list of what I need to do and what I want to do. Um, and hey, I'm gonna do my needs first. I need this. My bills need to be paid. My daughter needs to be taken care of. I need to make sure she's getting to school in the morning. But I want to sleep in. So what do? Sleep in or get up and take her to school? I get up and take her to school. So that's what I mean when I say needs and wants. You make your needs and wants list, and once you finish your needs, then go tackle your wants list. You have anything to add to that? You're on mute, Miss Lady.
I was talking to you on mute. No, I think you laid it out perfectly. Yeah, absolutely. I think that the way that you laid that out was it. I like how you also added in the message that you sent to me today is like it was about fear, right? And it was about moving. Let me just pull it up just so I can make sure. You said stop waiting for fear to disappear. And I think even in the vision board workshop, I talked about this when I took the people through the 6 C's, right? To help them clear out so that they can create an intentional vision board. Is that why are we so afraid of the feeling of fear? And what we also don't understand as individuals is that fear and not fear and excitement, they mirror the same symptoms, right? We have the same experience when we are experiencing both of those. But you said, don't wait for the fear to disappear. Do it scared, right? Do it alone. Do it afraid. Do it uncertain. But you're going to thank yourself that you decided to do it because Fear is stopping you from so much. The unknown. Like, if we all want to see the full staircase, if I can just think about your life right now. Let me just get y'all to tune in with me for a second. Let's do some introspection. Think about your life right now. I want you to put 5 in the chat box if 5 years ago you seen yourself where you are today. I want you to put 5 in the chat box. 5 years ago, you seen this today. You seen exactly where you are today. And I want you to put 7 in the chat box. 7 is my lucky number if you didn't even imagine yourself where you are today. I want you to put 5. Sarshima, I seen this 5 years ago. 7, no. Okay. And the reason why I ask you to do that introspection is I often sit and think about did I always desire to be a business owner? I did. Did I know how much money I can make being a business owner? Hell no. Like, I didn't even know, like, business owners, I didn't really know what to even think about. Did I think about that I would be a coach and coaching women? No, right? That wasn't my thing. Did I think that I would be an educator? I seen a vision of a white coat experience. I did see that. I have to say that I seen that. I didn't know how it was going to manifest. So if we don't even know and have control of what our life look like, why are we trying to have so much control over our dreams and allowing fear to stop us? Because fear is saying, I don't know what's there. Like, I don't know if I form the business, how I'm gonna get the $800 to pay the fee next year. Right. So with that, I'm just not gonna do nothing. But what if you form the business and you had a strategy in place and you went out and you built connections and you market the business and you made $350,000 this year? So fear can stop you from what's on the other side, the unknown. And if we all know, because life has taught us this, as you all have all weighed in the chat box at 7, 7, I see the sevens. 7 is my number, right? And y'all gave me 3 sevens. Let me go
Hey.
lotto, right? I need to go win with that. But why do we stop from moving forward? Like, some of us right now have businesses, and y'all just, we got 6 minutes because I got to go to my next move.
I'll be there.
but look at this, y'all. I forgot. But fear, even in our businesses today, where are we playing small? Like, where are we not moving forward because we're scared? Some of you all are ready to package up your knowledge and go to your next level. Some of you all are ready to fold that company and go to Nakia and let her open up your next company for you, because that's what your vision and your heart says. But you're scared to do it. And you want to hold on to that thing that appears to be comfortable, that appears to be stable. But God may be saying, hey, let that go. I know you done made some money over here, but I want you to go to Nakia and I want you to form this business. I want you to get this business credit because you're going to be a millionaire. And this business is what's going to take you to your next level. But the fear of the unknown and sticking with what's comfortable is costing you. It is such a robber of your next level. It's a robber of your impact, your influence, as well as your income. So, like Nikki says, stop waiting for it to disappear. Just make executive decisions while it still exists. Put it in the back seat and be like, let's go for a ride, sis. Or bro, whatever the alter ego is for you. Like, put them in the back seat. Like, let's go. Like, I'm going to figure it out. So that's all I got to say.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Definitely just get comfortable being uncomfortable, because that's what this whole business journey is about. Because you're going to get comfortable with what you're doing and where you're at. And guess what? The next chapter going to open and it's going to be a whole different ball game. You're going to be uncomfortable now, or your clientele going to start changing. Now you're uncomfortable. Or, you know, your business is growing. Now you're uncomfortable. That bank account is growing. So now you're looking real uncomfortable, like, I ain't never seen this happen before. So everything that's not familiar to us is going to make us uncomfortable. So just get ready and be ready to be uncomfortable in this next season, you know, whatever it is. But I want to hit on this alter ego, and we got to have to go in a sec. Alter ego, y'all, is real. We're going to have a whole conversation on alter egos, because that saying that they say, start living the life before you get there, I think that is real. And I don't think we really do it on purpose. I think the person that you are really destined to be really start coming out when you start doing the work to get to that place, because I'm meeting this whole other person. And I'm like, and I learned some things about her. She don't like to do a few things, and I'm just like, oh, as soon as I get it, I need me a cook. Hold on. I don't want to do laundry. I need somebody to come do this laundry. And then I'm like at the gas station. I've been pumping gas all my life. Like all my life, I've been pumping gas. I ain't got no problem going to the gas station. But one day I'm at the gas station, I'm dressed, suited, ready to go to the office. I get out to pump this gas, and she's like, "Oh no, can somebody pump that for you?" I'm like, "Oh, what? We too good to pump the gas." But yeah, she's like telling me, "No, we can't be getting out the car like this, pumping gas." So I was serious, y'all, when I was asking about the gas. Where can I go to get the gas pump? Yes, my man can pump my gas, but that wasn't where we was at right now. I was just realizing she don't want to pump gas. So be in tune with your alter ego. Everyone have one, whether you believe it or not. She just hiding somewhere, but you have one. It just pay attention. It's gonna be funny to the things that you will start noticing about yourself, the other person. So, but yeah, but we're gonna hop off of here. We had a great time with you guys. Let me see. Did we hit everything? You got anything to add, Star?
I am good. I think that we had a great conversation. What I would like for them to do is tell us one big takeaway. They're talking about packing confidence. What big thing are you going to move in spite of today? Like, you're packing your confidence. The thing to build your confidence is action. It is action. One small thing. So think about one small thing. Don't kill your own confidence by trying to pick up something huge. Think about one thing that you can accomplish and get really good at, and build your confidence that way. What is that one thing that you can do? Shanika said, just do it, right? Just
Turn on
do it.
activity.
Yeah, return on activity. Absolutely. Like, put that thing in motion. And you don't have to put it in the chat box if you don't choose to, but I really challenge you to put it somewhere and make a commitment to yourself. Tonight, we're going to be talking in a click about making contracts with yourself. People think it's because I don't have money and I don't have all these things, or why I haven't reached the success that I want. It's really because you haven't made that commitment to yourself to do it for you, because maybe the confidence isn't there. So I challenge you today to put those things in action and look at what is the return on your activity. Every win is a win. What's that mean to say a win is a win? I don't care how big or how small it is a win. So thank y'all for tuning in with us. Miss Nakia, I'll let you wrap it up and take us out.
Hold on. Yeah, we just gone over and learn about I got all kinds of stuff I need to go learn how to do in this becoming her journey. So you guys want to come join? Oh, actually, no, that's a private. I'm sorry. I guess that was the takeaway. No, no, but no, for real, you guys. Thanks for joining us, and I think we're gonna have some special guests in the next 2 weeks, right? Y'all really want to join us? We got some. Yeah, we gonna. I'm not gonna tell y'all. We might tell y'all later. We ain't gonna tell y'all right now. We gotta go. We gotta go check on them. We got some special guests. Some really, really special guests, and maybe you guys want to have your children tune in with you. Star is bouncing out because she has to go get ready for our next event. But bring your children with you too. The next one is going to be in 2 weeks. We're gonna have some what you want to call it, because we're all, well, most of us, me and Star, we're both parents, so we're bringing in, I'm gonna tell y'all, our daughters, they're minors, to come in and talk to you guys and share a little bit about how it is to have parents in business and what it looks like to them. Because my daughter already tells me she's not going to college, she's starting a business. And even with Star's daughter, I'm seeing so much of her mom in her. So a lot of the things that we do right now influences our children. So we're going to bring them on and let them talk to you about what it's like having parents running a business. So, hey, and thank you for joining us. And I'll catch you guys in the next 2 weeks. Stay blessed. Bye. And just don't want to end.